First ever Tshwane Wine Festival will take place at the Morula Casino on Valentine's Day next Saturday. Wine enthusiasts can enjoy a tour of some of South Africa's finest wines while learning more about pairing wines with food. In the spirit of Valentine's Day, the event promises to be a romantic celebration of food, wine and togetherness in a laid-back outdoor setting. For more on this, I'm joined by Tshwane from Morula Sun, who's the GM, and Melanie van Rooij, who's the marketing director from Macro. Zolelwa, good morning. Melanie, good morning.
Morning, Sam.
This is a day that's been centered around Valentine's Day, but it's just so much more. How did this event come about? You would think that this is actually a no-brainer.
You would think, yes, Sam. But it took a lot of collaboration from the Tshwane Wine Fest. That is the brand that came through and approached us as a Morula Casino and Hotel to showcase the wine festival. It had been something that we were trying to work around to try to showcase, but obviously with the infrastructure it was just so much bigger than us at that point in time, so we then collaborated with Macro to come through and all of that. As you say, a no-brainer. You go to Durban and Durban has taste, it has Pick and Pay. Joburg has the taste of Joburg and all of that, and we thought, you know what, let's get something for Tshwane and start it and have it as a lifestyle festival, because it is predominantly a food and wine show, but we have chocolatiers that will be coming to showcase, and Jeep coming on board also to show the latest in terms of their vehicles as well. Obviously a lot of that came through from our working with Macro.
Let me bring Melanie in here very quickly. Man, I can only imagine that, and you guys are involved in a lot of wine festivals, but is this bit of a silly question? You have to find the right wines for this festival. It just can't be any kind of wine.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And we've got wine consultant working with us. We've been working with the guys from Tshwane Wine Festival, and we've really partnered up with more than 25 of the top wine farms in the country. The likes of Glencarlo, Alto, right through Meerlist, Bucksburg. So there's some really exciting wines, I think very good for the Tshwane palate. And we're really looking forward to it. Macro has done a great job in partnering with the likes of Morula Sun, and I think people are going to be excited about the range that we've chosen for this.
So we're talking about pairing of wines with foods here. It's also about education. It's not only about getting your glass, coming to have a sip, but it's understanding a little bit more about the history, the delicacy of some wines.
Absolutely. You know, to that end, you know, Macro, in their normal stores, not even just at a wine event like this, we've got wine consultant, trained and experienced wine consultants that can talk you through exactly why you need this specific wine with paired with the specific food. And those people will also be at the show right through. So the wines will be for taste, but they will also be for sale, and we're looking forward to it.
Now, obviously, there's a huge community element around the where Morula Sun is situated in Mabopane. Talk to me about this culinary balance between finding wine and food and making sure that you've got the right food to reflect the taste in wine. And vice versa. It's not only about
as Melanie is saying, that there was a lot of work that needed to be done from both parties in terms of the showcasing of the wines. We also had to look at what our immediate target market was, and the tastes and the food that they enjoy having and eating on an everyday basis, and trying to find a great balance between that in terms of, you know what, whatever food that you eat on an everyday basis, you don't have to change that, but we can pair it with a delicious wine that can go with that. So it is taking care of that, looking at it, and also exposing the palate more to that particular market, and also trying to entice a completely different market that comes in and does that whole lifestyle food, wine, and pairing the two together and everything else. As I said, that there's chocolates coming through as well, because you can have that for dessert. A wine and a chocolate for dessert actually works good as well. So that whole experience is going to be showcased at that point in time.
That's what you'll be experiencing. Ladies, thank you very much for joining me. That was Zolelwa from Morula Sun. She's the GM. And Melanie van Rooij from Macro, who are part of the organizing team. And they're putting together the first ever Tshwane Wine Festival. You've heard it's not only about food, it's about wine, it's about chocolates. And it's in the most beautiful part of South Africa.